We got another question here. Can you talk a little bit about how to determine the difference between a BCP event and an incident? I always like this question.
I hear that quite a bit. So in my mind, business continuity is about the continuation of business, right? So anything that might impact your business, stop you from having continuous operation, that's business continuity. In my mind, when you talk about what might be considered incident response, that's more of a cyber event. So some kind of cyber attack or something that disrupts availability.
Yeah, it's hard for me to distinguish the two. I mean, if your building goes up in flames or there's a tornado that comes through, you can't tell me that that's not an incident.
Right.
And you can't tell me that if we get a cyber attack or a ransomware attack, that's not an event within our organization. But I often hear it separated by those two words, an event and an incident. And I see event often tied to the BCP or the disaster recovery, whereas the incident, as you mentioned, is tied to cyber. And I think you can see that in the new guidance that came out, right, with the 36-hour rule. It's a notification incident that requires a response.
Yeah, I think they're tightly coupled because even during a cyber event, your incident response team will have to rely on the business continuity team for a certain amount of restoration type details. They're going to need to pull them in to do restoration of anything that might be destroyed or disrupted during that type of event.
Yep. So I think that was a great way that the individual asked that question too, a difference between a BCP, an event, and an incident. And I think those are the key terminologies that we're looking for when examiners come in, is have you tested a BCP event and have you tested a cyber incident?
Yeah, exactly.